On vaccine mandates, our next guest led to the lawsuit to overturn President Biden's vaccine mandate for health care workers. Republican Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen joins us now. Attorney General, first of all, how many health care workers have resigned or were fired because of these mandates in your state?
You know, I don't have the numbers yet. I think we're still waiting to see how this works out with hospitals, if they're going to grant religious exemptions, if they're going to double down. I can tell you that we do have a major healthcare worker shortage here in Montana. The governor has called in the National Guard to help out in several of our major hospitals. Look, the Biden administration with this mandate has put rural states like Montana in a very tough position. I'm from a little itty-bitty hometown in northeastern Montana of about 700 people. We have a critical access hospital there. It's the only hospital within a couple 100-mile radius. You're going to put them in a position of having to fire staff. That hurts rural Montana. That hurts rural America. And I just think that's an argument that is lost on Joe Biden completely.
Well, I have to argue with you on one point. It's not just rural America. New York has lost 30,000 health care workers, 8,000 of them specifically in hospitals because of the vaccine mandates that we have. Now, it's primarily because of the state vaccine mandate, but it's clear. And you have a crazy situation where there are hospitals out west, I believe it was in Oregon and Washington, which are actually hiring infected workers who have been vaccinated rather than bringing back uninfected workers who have natural immunity because they weren't vaccinated. So if anything, you're making the patients more liable to infection by insisting on these mandates.
This is a logic-free environment. I don't understand it. You're putting businesses and hospitals in this terrible position with your mandate, but then you're going to turn around and you're going to allow COVID-infected workers back in to help. This makes absolutely no sense. You've hit it spot on. And you're right. This isn't just affecting rural states like Montana. This is why we've got such broad buy-in on these lawsuits. We're still fighting this. We had a ruling from the Supreme Court that said, pending the litigation and without looking at any of the legal record, we're going to let the mandate stay in place for now. So that's where we are on this lawsuit. Yeah. But we're marching forward. We're going to keep pushing this rock uphill, and I think we're going to get the same result that we've gotten on other mandate lawsuits. We're going to have it found that this is unconstitutional.
Attorney General, switching topics, you just went down to the border, the Mexican border, for a meeting with other of your contemporaries on the issue of the border crisis. Montana's a long way from the southern border. How is the crisis at the border affecting your state?
It's affecting us hugely. I get asked this question occasionally, and we had a great quote when we were down there last couple days ago, which was, there are no border states anymore. We're all border states. Violent crime in Montana, just in the last 6 or 7 years, is up well over 50%, and in some categories closer to 70, 80%. Our human trafficking investigations are up 500% just in the last 4 years. This is all being driven by the Mexican cartels. Nobody in Montana is manufacturing methamphetamine anymore. Nobody in Montana is manufacturing fentanyl. The Mexican drug cartels have a monopoly on that industry. They're mass producing this stuff south of the border. They're smuggling it across the wide open southern border, which has been thrown even wider open now by President Biden. And within about 48 hours, those illegal drugs are in states like Montana. There is no question that Mexican cartel methamphetamine and fentanyl are driving a huge, huge crime, but also foster care problem here in Montana. When you've got parents that are more interested in doing methamphetamine than they are taking care of kids, that leads to an overwhelmed social services program like we've got here in Montana. Wow. We don't have enough foster care families. It's devastating.
Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen, good to see you, sir. Thank you very much for being. Best of luck to you. It's an awful confluence of events you have to deal with. Thank you for being here. Well, a quick market check before.